Hi teachers, thanks for tuning in today. I wanted to have a quick chat with you before you start the video for your students. Remember that there is a link to a lesson plan below that will give you an activity and a fun game to learn about Peru. This is a great story about generosity, and you can have a lot of conversations about what it means to share with people and why sometimes we feel the need to think or to prove that we're better than others. I hope that you and your students enjoy this story. Please subscribe to not miss any future stories and the lesson plans that go with them. Thank you for bringing storytelling to your classroom. Hello, and welcome to Miss Mo Storyteller. I'm your storyteller, Mo Reynolds, and together we travel the world through stories, no passport required. Let's get going. Before we begin, we are going to breathe. And today we are going to breathe like the wind. When we breathe in, we're going to imagine the wind rushing this way. And when we breathe out, the wind rushes the other way. Are we ready? Just two nice, deep, windy breaths. Here we go. Breathe in. Breathe out. Last breath. Breathe in. Breathe out. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go with Miss Mo. Two more. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go with Miss Mo. Last time. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go with Miss Mo. Shh. The llamas came in over 13 different colors. This was a very special pack of llamas, and they made a lot of gold for their owner. But the owner was greedy and selfish. He never shared any of that gold with anyone in the town or used it to do anything good to help anyone else. Now, this rich farmer lived in Peru, and high above the mountains into the sky lived the thunder god. And the thunder god looked down on this rich man and shook his head. He did not like to see such greed. He thought it was time for that rich man to learn a lesson. The thunder god had a son. His name was Acuri. And the thunder god thought it was time for Acuri to also learn some lessons about how to work with humans. So he called his son to him and he said, Acuri, it is time for you to go down and work with the people. You will dress as a beggar in tattered clothes. You will smear your skin with stinky mud. But don't worry, I will always be in the wind, whispering to you and helping you know what to do. And so Acuri went down to earth. He dressed in tattered rags, he smeared his skin with stinky mud, and he began walking through the trees. As the son of a thunder god, Acuri could hear things that the humans could not hear. He could see things that humans could not see. And as he walked through the woods, he heard two foxes gossiping away together. Oh, have you seen the rich man's house? Oh, no, tell me. The roof. They covered their roof with yellow feathers. Can you believe? Could you get more obnoxious? Oh my gosh, I can't believe they did that. They were already the worst. They make so much money from all of those lovely rainbow-colored llamas, and they don't share a thing with the people in the town. Oh, I know. He is so obnoxious and greedy, but I've heard he's getting what's coming to him. Oh, tell me more, said the fox. Well, said the first fox, he's sick. Oh, he's terribly sick. And with all his money paying all these doctors, no one can make him better. Oh, poor man. Oh, yes, poor man. And the wife, oh, she's the worst too. Oh, she's definitely the worst. I've heard. She steals all that money they have, and she steals gold rings from all over the village, and she hides them. She hides them under a big rock behind their door. I've seen her put them there. Oh, You are so bad, said the second fox. And the son, do you know where he is? Oh, who knows? He's so worthless. He's never had a job. He doesn't know how to work. He just flits in and out and in and out. He's spoiled, rotten. And so the foxes kept gossiping about the man and his wife and their spoiled son, and they went off into the forest laughing and laughing. And Acuri wondered if perhaps this family was part of the reason that his father had sent him below to the humans. And as if the thunder god had heard his thoughts, a wind came through the trees, and Acuri heard his father. Go find the house with the yellow feathers, his father said, and I will tell you what to do. It wasn't hard to find a house with yellow feathers. It stood out in the village. And so Acuri knocked on the door, and he heard a whining voice answer him. Go away, go away. Acuri answered, I've heard someone here is ill. I've come to see if I can help. No one can help, said the voice. No one, go away. Acuri knocked again. Please, I believe I can help you. May I come in? Fine, cried the voice. Come in, come in. And Acuri entered the beautiful home, and there was the rich man lying in his hammock. And it was true, he was very sick. He was shaking with fever. He was pale all over, and from head to foot, he was covered in red blisters and boils. And Acuri had no idea how to help. And then came the wind, in through the open window, and Acuri heard his father whisper what to do. He smiled at the man and said, I can help you. I know why you are sick. You see, hidden under your cooking pot is a toad, a two-headed toad, and they carry a powerful, dark black magic, but I can get rid of it, and that will heal you. I will do so on 2 conditions. Anything, cried the man, anything. Number 1, you must begin to share your gold with the people of the town. Of course, cried the man, thinking he was never going to share his gold. And number 2, said Acuri, you must welcome me as a guest to stay here in your home. Now the man thought that if this visitor could do what he said he could do, he would be a handy guest to have in the house. And so he readily agreed, yes, stay as long as you want, just please heal me. Now Acuri, being the son of the thunder god, could handle the magic of the two-headed toad. He went over to the cooking pot, he lifted it, he grabbed this squishy, huge, slimy, two-headed toad, and he carried it out to the river, slipped it in, and watched it float away. When he came back in the house, the man was better. The red sores were gone. He looked rosy, healthy, and the fever had disappeared. Thank you, said the rich man. You are welcome as long as you like. Just then, the rich man's wife came home. She was thrilled to see her husband out of the hammock and healed, but she was confused as to why there was a dirty beggar standing in her kitchen. She ordered her guards and servants to come and throw the man out, but her husband stopped her. Oh, no, this man healed me. He will be our guest for as long as he likes. The woman did not like this. She didn't like the look of this guest, and she definitely did not like the smell of him. Acuri just smiled at her. I understand, madam, that you like gold rings. Yes, she said. Of course I like gold rings. Who doesn't like gold rings? Acuri just kept smiling. I understand, madam, that you like to steal gold rings. And the woman's face went very pale. But Acuri kept smiling. You like to steal gold rings, madam, and I believe you like to keep them right here. And then he walked over behind the door, just as the fox had said. There was a large stone. When he picked up the stone, underneath was a hole, dug into the earth and filled with stolen gold rings. The husband was furious and ashamed. He jumped out of the hammock and ran towards his wife, ready to strike her to the earth. But Acuri stopped him. No, Do not worry. I know she will not do it again. How do you know that? The man asked Acuri. And Acuri pointed out the window. Because they will make sure of it. The man and his wife followed Acuri's gaze out the window, and there, floating in the air, were two snakes. They were dancing and weaving together, flying. They were hissing and staring right at the woman with red, glowing eyes. The woman dropped to her knees and screamed, "No, no!" But Acuri only smiled. They will keep an eye on you. They will make sure you will not steal again. The woman began to weep. Please, please, she said, I've learned my lesson. You are right. You are powerful. I promise I will never, never steal again. Just please send them away. Acuri thought perhaps the woman had learned her lesson. He looked up at the sky, and his thunder godfather seemed to hear his thoughts, and the wind blew through the house and carried the snakes away. So Acuri stayed with the man and his wife for several days. He did clean up, but he still wore the clothes of the beggar and never told them who he was. They did not necessarily like him, but they feared him and respected him, and so they took good care of him. Several days after he had arrived, the son, Rupe, came home to visit his parents, and he saw a beggar in rags living in his home. He was offended. But when he saw that his parents seemed to respect and fear this beggar, he was jealous, and he wanted the beggar gone. He thought to himself, if I challenge him, if I show that I'm stronger and better than he is, my parents will see that I am good, and they will get rid of the beggar. But the problem was, Rupe wasn't very good at anything. He had never worked a day in his life. He had never had to go to school. He had never had a job, but he could dance. He was a very good dancer. And so he challenged Acuri to a dance competition. Let's see who can dance longest and dance best, he said. But poor Rupe did not know who he was dealing with. Acuri's father from the heavens sent help. Those same two foxes came to Acuri and brought him a wooden cup filled with a potion that would never, ever run out and would help him from getting tired. And so the contest began. They were spinning and whirling and clapping and stomping and having a wonderful time. After a few hours, Acuri got tired. He was not used to dancing like this, so he took a sip of the potion and he danced for another 3 hours. After 6 hours of dancing, Rupe began to get a little dizzy. After 9 hours of dancing, Rupe began to stumble and trip. And after 12 hours of dancing, Rupe simply dropped to the ground and began to snore. Acuri thought the competition was over, but Rupe did not. After sleeping for an hour, he was back up on his feet. Okay, you can dance longer, but I can, he thought, what could he do that was better than this man? I can throw a rock. I can throw a rock higher than you can throw a rock. Acuri just smiled. Show me, he said. And so they went outside, and Rupe picked up a rock, and he launched it high up into the sky, but the thunder god was watching, and he sent a thunderbolt that met the rock and exploded it into the air. And then many things happened at once. When that rock exploded, so did the sky. Suddenly it was filled with thunder and lightning. Rain, sleet, snow, hail poured down to the house in a storm like no one had ever seen before. The man, he screamed like a little baby, and he ran out of the house in fear, knocking his wife and his son out of the way, and he just kept running. The woman, once she was knocked to the ground, she began feeling around for all of those gold rings and shoving them back in her pockets. And as for Rupe, He simply kept throwing rocks up into the sky again and again and again. The thunder god and his son Acuri looked at this family and thought, there's nothing more we can do to help them. And so the thunder god sent a wave of water, and it washed away the yellow feathered house and opened the gates for the llamas. The man kept running. The woman was scrambling around in the mud to find the gold rings, and Rupe just kept throwing rocks. But Acuri led the llamas down into the town. He gathered all of the townspeople and he said, now these belong to you. Take care of them and use whatever money they give you to take care of each other. And so Acuri went back up to live in the heavens with his father, the thunder god. And side by side, they worked together to help the humans as much as the humans would let them. While the man kept running and the woman kept digging for gold rings. And Rupe, he just kept throwing rocks over and over and over, hoping that someone would tell him that he was strong. I hope you enjoyed that story. Let's say goodbye. Miss Mo, Miss Mo, Miss Mo has got to go. 2 more, Miss Mo. Miss Mo, Miss Mo has got to go. Last time, Miss Mo. Miss Mo, Miss Mo has got to go. Bye!